which we assume to be zombies, where Laurie said that she'd observed JJ and that she sensed he was barely attached to his body. The whole text message communication thing was just weird and wild. One, they must have known at some point these messages were going to be traceable, right? But it's just the lack of common sense, maybe. I don't know the wording to you, but they're just everything in a text message to each other about the children being zombie. It just, because they also discussed getting rid of Tammy's demon, who was called Viola, and Chad messaged Laurie on the night that Viola passed and said that it was not fully sure of the timing for removal, but once her actions verified the differences, I won't want to wait. Essentially, once I see that Viola's not really active anymore, I'm going to attempt to get rid of that demon. Then on the 19th of October, Tammy goes to bed and with a cough, essentially. She goes to bed with a cough and she just doesn't wake up the next day. And as I read through these communications, it was just very obvious there was a disconnect to reality, and what they were doing in their warped world, whatever belief system that they were under, they felt that it made sense. But it also made me think, were they just writing this as kind of like an alibi so they could say, no, I am not with it because you can see I believed that these people were possessed. So there was like an ulterior motive to that, because we know quite clearly it was a financial reason why they needed to get rid of Charles and the two children, and obviously they needed to get rid of Tammy because Chad and Laurie needed to get married. Because literally within 2 weeks, within the month of Tammy's death, Laurie and Chad got married in Hawaii on the 1st of November 2019, which doesn't really make sense. And then Chad gave Alex something called a patriarchal blessing, which, being members of the LDS church, he didn't have any, yes, because there was members of the LDS church as well, that he didn't have any standing to be able to do that. He was not ordained or enough to be able to give that blessing to Alex. So essentially, what exactly was he doing? Like everything they do up until this point and thereafter makes no sense at all. Anyway, Alex Cox died on the 12th of December 2019. Now, within this period of time, Alex does meet someone and she becomes his partner. Alex died quite quickly after they discover the children, and his death is attributed to a blood clot and to blood clots, it was plural, and high blood pressure. But the day before his death, he had been informed that by Laurie and Chad that Tammy Daybell's body was going to be exhumed, and his partner, his woman, Zulema Pasternas, testified that he had told her he was worried that Laurie and Chad were going to make him the fall guy. So essentially he would be the scapegoat for all of everything that had happened.